Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Halos in the Infield pregame show tonight here, coming from Oceanside, California. The only pregame I think I can do this weekend as the Angels take on the Oakland Athletics for maybe the last time in Oakland. Welcome to September 1st, of course. Uh, you made it, and if you're still here, you're a trooper because some things have happened and they've been crazy. More on that on the flagship podcast that'll be coming up on the YouTube podcast and then wherever you find your podcasts. But a pleasant Friday to you wherever you may be. It's cloudy outside and it's definitely cloudy inside. The Angels organization and team and within the fans right now, I can imagine that for sure. We'll try to make this as positive as possible, but it's hard to, honestly. I was on a show, of course, as that guy goes by. I was kicking it with Cruz on the IM6 network, and I had to really explain what the hell was going on with the Angels, and it's just been horrible. Just as of late, of course, as you may know, with the players being waived to other teams, basically giving up the season, basically giving up something for nothing. It's just what? Well, anyway, pleasant Friday to you. Let's get into it. The first game of a three-game series with Oakland tonight up there at 4:10. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, 6:40, of course. And if you're looking for tickets, by the way, go to 714 tickets for all your ticket needs. I'm gonna bring it all up right here. The the mobile app here. It's got the Lakers, it's got the Angels, Gwen Stefani coming up soon, Beyonce, the Renaissance tour. That'll be going on this month. That'll be a big draw, just like Taylor Swift was. And then if you look down there, it's got all the Angel tickets, Dodger tickets, the San Diego Padres, the Chargers, the Rams, of course, and then the 49ers, the Raiders, Anaheim Ducks, and the Kings will be back into the swing of things, or slap shot swing of things. So that's all going on. LAFC, LA Galaxy, all the top concerts. Make sure you go to 714 tickets for all your ticket needs. So it's going to be a really, really awesome time as we try to get through this month together for the Angels. And then it'll be football season right now. And we'll see how it goes. So that's something to look forward to. Also, go to Noble Ale Works. Before I tell you about Noble Ale Works, put in the code HITI, of course, on 714 tickets. That'll get you 10% off of those football tickets or Angel tickets. I might have to get some Angel tickets for the last week of the season, or the last series, last Saturday of this month against Oakland. It'll be fireworks night, and I think I'm going to head for that game. I wanted to go to the Baltimore series, but it doesn't look like it. And then, of course, Cleveland comes in with the former Angel players on their team, of course, next weekend. But yeah, go to 714 tickets. Great service, solid prices, and then no hidden fees or surprises at checkout. Put in that code HITI for sure. Also, go to Noble Ale Works for all your suds needs, food truck needs. It's all right there. Before an Angel game, got the free parking there, and then you'll get some pint specials. Just a reminder there, and then they'll open up early for the football games, and then they'll market those on their Instagram page. That's where you see the food truck the food truck schedule. So it's all happening at Noble Ale Works. Just mentioned Halos in the Infield for the parking and the pint specials at Noble Ale Works. Check out that place. They always have something new going on, new brews, just different nights, theme nights, comedy nights. It's great. I'm hoping to join sometime with the comedy night. I think that would be so much fun. Also, for Halos in the Infield, check out the Todd Fox post-game show after every Angels game, of course. And also check out that new Fleetwood. Uh, New Halos in the Infield podcast. It's going to be a really good thing because lots of things have happened, and I know it's going to be a good one. That's for sure. Explaining what the hell happened and how we can get through this last month, basically. Uh, that's what I'm looking forward to here on Halos in the Infield. Check out the podcast, of course, on YouTube and again on all the podcast mediums: Podbean, Spotify, Apple, Google. Also, check out Halos in the Infield on all the social media platforms: Instagram, X, or what they call Twitter now is X, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. All right, let's get to the series that was for each team here, the A's and the Angels. The last series they had, I should say, for the Oakland A's, they lost 2 out of 3 in Seattle against the Mariners Monday through Wednesday. They also had yesterday off. The Phillies took 2 out of 3 from the Angels, took the first 2, and then won on Wednesday when we were all expecting a sweep. I mean, why not? The standings, by the way, for the Angels and Athletics, guess we have to go through them just for fun, right? The Angels, it looks like 12 and a half games out of first place now, 11 and a half out of the wild card. And for good measure, the Oakland Athletics in last place, the Angels in fourth. They are 37 and a half games out, 36 and a half out of the wild card. The Angels are 64 and 70. Meanwhile, the Oakland Athletics are 39 and 95. 39 and 95. You definitely say it could be worse, but with the high expectations, it doesn't matter. It's just a loss of a season, that's for sure. I wonder out there, let's say the A's, I don't know if they'll get to 50 wins this year. They'll have to ball out to get there. They just haven't had a good season, and that was expected. I was totally wrong about them getting 61 wins. That was wrong. But yeah. Okay, let's get to some transactions, some news that's happened. So Kyrene Paris has been called up to the show, the infielder, and you would figure all the reinforcements will be called up from either AA, AAA, with all the players that were waived away. Also, the Angels recalled Jimmy Herget again, Colton Ingram, and Geraldo Reyes, and also Michael Stefanik and Andrew Wantz from AAA Salt Lake City. So there's your reinforcements right there. And also, again, they selected the contract of infielder Kyrene Paris. So that's all the news, really. First game of 3-game series here with Oakland. The starting pitchers, let's get to it. Patrick Sandoval will go for the Angels. He is this year 7 and 10. It feels like a worse record this year, the way he's been struggling in those first innings. This will be his 24th game. Is a 3.95 ERA, 123 innings pitched, and 109 strikeouts. His whip at a high 1.43. Lots of things poor about him when it comes to value, other from a few things, but most of it pretty bad. 93 on the miles per hour fastball, 87 on the slider, 83 on the changeup, and then 76 on the curve. Looking at his other, other stats here. Yeah, this will be his 24th start. 117 hits given up, 54 runs given up, 67 altogether. So a lot of it wasn't his fault, but most of it was, if that makes sense. 10 home runs given up, and then 59 walks. He has to corral those walks. He has to go right after these A's hitters, Give him that fastball, give him the slider, stay in the zone, get the strikeouts, get the ground balls. That's all he can do. That's all he can do now is just show up. All right, so let's get to his last start against the Mets, which was on the 25th of August. He got the win, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run given up, which was a home run, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Always a mixed bag of results with him. He has faced the A's twice this season. On April 1st up in Oakland, if you recall, he got the win. That was that Saturday, the second game of the season. And then he faced the A's at the Big A on the 26th of April and also got the win. So that's a good sign. So that's 2 times he's faced the A's this year, and then he'll possibly face them at the end of the season. For the Oakland Athletics, it'll be J.P. Sears going for the A's. He is, of course, 2-11 with a 4.80 ERA, and we'll see how he fares today. As I lost, there we go. Let's see how many strikeouts and everything he has right now. Let's see. Yeah. 135 strikeouts. So he's fared better this year. He's one of their best pitchers. 27 years of age. He was drafted in 2017 out of the 11th round. 333, third overall, from the Seattle Mariners, drafted by them out of the Citadel. That's a college, not a mall in Commerce, California. This will be his 27th game. He has a 2-11 record despite his good numbers. 140 and 2/3 innings pitched. He just doesn't get the offensive run support. Has a whip at 1.23. He's got 93 miles per hour fastball, 81 on the slider, and then 84 on the changeup. So again, a lot of hard luck, I would guess, for him this year. Looking at his standards, this is, of course, his second start. He came from the Yankees in a trade, of course, last year. He's one of the pitchers with the most losses, unfortunately, with 11. But he's up there in total starts, so you can rely on him. He has 136 hits given up, 78 earned runs, 75 are earned, 31 home runs given up. So the Angels should go right after him. Though I don't know, that cool arrow probably knocked the ball down in Oakland. His walks at 37, just to let that know. And then his game logs. Let's see if he's... his last start was against the White Sox on the 26th of August. He got the loss against Chicago. 6 innings, 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 home runs given up, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. So he did not fare well against the White Sox, who have also teared their team down in a lesser way. He did face the Angels, J.P. Sears, back on the 27th of April. He got the loss, so that's something to look forward to. I would go right after his fastball, honestly, and then if he hangs that slider, take advantage of that. So those are the pitching matchups. Let's get to the starting lineups, and there's going to be a lot of names you won't recognize, definitely on Oakland, but we'll go through them together. Let's see. For the Angels, though, they will lead off with Nolan Shanuel, the first baseman. Batting second will be Luis Rengifo out in right field. Batting third will be Shohei Ohtani, the designated hitter. They kind of moved the lineup around a little there. Batting fourth will be Brandon Drury, the second baseman. Batting fifth will be Mike Moustakas, the third baseman. And then batting sixth for the Angels will be Logan O'Hoppe, the catcher. Batting seventh will be Randall Grichuk, who the Angels could not get rid of, I guess. He'll be the left fielder. This is awkward. Batting eighth will be Mickey Moniak, the center fielder. And then making his major league debut will be Kyrene Paris, the shortstop. So this is fun for him, at least, and all the other guys that are back up with the team. This is all about evaluation now when you talk about the Angels. You're just hoping to have these guys come up, these young kids, and just learn. And whatever happens, happens. No more, are you worrying about wins or losses? And Phil Nevin never chased wins anyway. Let's just be real about that. All right, so for the Oakland Athletics, leading off is Esteury Ruiz, the center fielder. He has 53 stolen bases. He's just below, or well below, Acuna Jr., who made some history yesterday, having 30 home runs, 60 stolen bases. First time in history someone's done that. And he got married yesterday, and they beat the Dodgers. Did Atlanta. Batting second will be the young second baseman for Oakland. I got to get this name correct. It is Zach Geloff, number 20. So check out that guy for sure. For Oakland, he's been pretty good this year, just coming up. Batting third will be Carlos Perez, the former Angel first baseman. Batting fourth will be their lone all-star this year, of course, Brent Rooker. He'll be in right field. And then Ryan Langeliers will be the catcher behind the plate, batting fifth for Oakland. Batting sixth, the designated hitter for the A's will be Jordan Diaz. And then batting seventh for the Oakland Athletics, Adames Diaz, the left fielder. Jonan Bride will be the third baseman batting eighth. And then Nick Allen will be the shortstop batting ninth. So looking at the numbers for Oakland, again, Ruiz with 53 stolen bases, Rooker with the most home runs and RBIs driven in with 22 and 55. Not a lot here, but you have Geloff, who's pretty good coming up this year, and then Rooker, of course, and then Ruiz. You got to keep off the base paths. That's for sure. Let's see. Matching up against Sandoval, the A's. Allen's hitting .571, so that's not good. Bright is 0 for 2. Seth Brown, who you may see later in the series, of course, will be on the bench. He's 0 for 8. Nick Allen, by the way, has 2 RBIs against Sandoval. Diaz, Adami Diaz, hitting 182. Langoliers 111. Perez 0 for 3. Rooker hitting 111. And Esther Ruiz hitting 400. So look out for Ruiz and Allen. First and 9 hitters to get after Sandoval, it looks like, on the stat sheet. But that only tells you what happened before. It doesn't tell you what's going to happen today, I guess, even though it might. Sears against the Angels. Let's see. So Drury's 2 for 2 against him with a home run and 3 RBIs. It's probably earlier this year. Escobar is hitting .500, but you won't see him tonight. Maybe pinch hitting later. Gritchick hitting .500 against Sears with a home run. Moustakas 0 for 2. Ohtani hitting .600 with an RBI. Rengifo 0 for 4. Velasquez, who you may see later, he's hitting 1 for 2. Chad Wallach 0 for 1 against Sears. So that's the matchups. That's the lineups. That's everything you need to know about this game today. Let's get to the MLB scores. But before we do, I guess let's get to the Angels' schedule. So look with me, of course. The 3-game series here with Oakland. Of course, tomorrow at 1:07, and then Sunday at 1:07. Because why would you play a day game on a weekend or a night game on a weekend, especially in that area? Then the Angels come home for 3 against Baltimore. That all 3 starts at 6:30, 8. And then the Guardians come in for 4, of course. You'll get to see the former Angels there with Matt Moore, Giolito. 4 games with Cleveland, and the Angels are back on the road again in Seattle. So that's the first part of September pretty much right there for the Angels. Whatever. Let's get to some scores. So already the Cubs and Reds, I believe they had a doubleheader going on. Yes, they did. The Cubs took the first one 6-2 because that's important because the Cubs are in the race for the wild card and the Central, just like the Reds, but lesser. Right now, they are in their second game of the doubleheader, no score in the top of the third, as we're talking around 4:30. The Marlins and Nationals, all of a sudden, this game has become fairly important. They're tied at 1 in the first, bottom of the first in Washington. The Mariners and Mets, into 1, no score. You can watch that on Apple TV Plus. I dare you. The Rays and Guardians also on Apple TV Plus. Rather watch that, I would think. The Rays are at 1-0, top of the second. Let's see. The Twins and Rangers coming up at 5 o'clock in Texas. That's a big series there, too, because the Rangers are falling. The Red Sox and Royals at 5:10 as well in Kansas City. And in Chicago, the White Sox will host the Tigers, of course, at 5:10. The Yankees and Astros at 5:10 as well in Houston. Rodon and Verlander in that matchup. That will be important. Speaking of importance of a series, the Phillies and the Brewers both have the same record. Both are going for the first wild card spot. Wheeler will go for Philadelphia, and then Peralta will go for Milwaukee. The Pirates and Cardinals at 5:15. Keller and Hudson will go for each team there. The Blue Jays and Rockies. Blue Jays need every game. They're trying to get back into the wild card race there. Ryu will go for Toronto. Flexen will go for. Ryu will go for Toronto. Flexen will go for Colorado. The Giants and the Padres. Whatever. Giants won the first game of that series. That will be coming at 6:40. Beck will be the pitcher for San Francisco, and for San Diego, Michael Waka. For the series of the world, will probably be the championship series coming up this October. The Braves and the Dodgers from LA. The Braves took the first game of the 4-game series. They'll go tonight at 7:10 as well. Fareed will go for Atlanta, and then Urias will go for the Dodgers. Then, a very interesting series here. The Diamondbacks hosting the Orioles at 6:40. Irvin will go for Baltimore, and then Davies will go for the Diamondbacks. So a lot of really important series, fun matchups this weekend. If I wasn't going to the USC tomorrow, I'd be tuning in to most of those series. So a lot of fun, though, in those series we've seen. It's really good stuff. All right, so let's get to our comments here on Instagram, or not on Instagram, on YouTube. Dan Rios saying, "Hola, Jaime, the white flag is up." Yes, it's the opposite of that Dido song. There is a white flag here. Yeah. Dan Rios also saying Beyonce sucks. She's older now, I can tell. Demetrio G, shout out to you. I've seen you in the comments, of course, on Todd Fox show. He's saying, "What's up, brother? Here to say we are still mathematically in it. Hashtag honk." I think mathematically we're out of it by that Cleveland series, I want to say. It'll be Ducks night, by the way, on that next Friday at the Big A for you hockey fans. So shout out to, of course, Catella Chronicles, being a Ducks fan, covering the team. Shout out to them. All right, let's get out of here. Again, the A's and the Angels, the first game of the 3-game series here in September, starting out. We'll see how it goes. Everyone take care. Check out the post-game show later on with Todd Fox after the game. Go Halos. We'll see what happens later.